Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites. I am so excited to share Golden Coil with you today. I am literally jumping for joy over this planner. It exceeded all my expectations when it came. So we're going to talk about every single part of it. Golden Coil is a custom planner company where you can build a custom planner for yourself. I love their clean lines, their beautiful look of just a clean page. I will show that to you. And really quality paper, quality everything. First, I'm going to show you it comes in a keepsake box. It's just black. And it's a little bit harder to get off than some of my other keepsake boxes because the lid goes all the way down to the bottom. But this is the way that it comes. So you have it in gray tissue paper. I don't want to make any more noise with that. And you get some book darts with every order, which I think is kind of a cool addition. It's just their little company's thing to help you keep your place. So I will show you how these work in your planner. So there's 5 in here, book darts, that I got with my order. So we will definitely try those out in the planner. Okay, I just tried out a book dart for you, and I thought I would show you how it worked out. So they're really thin, really lightweight metal, and you just slip them over your page like so, and it just marks your page for you. So it's something that doesn't stick out and is not obtrusive in any way, but if you're trying to look for that page, you can turn to it from these tiny book darts. They are very flat though, like ultra thin, super flat. So you could definitely do writing on the pages without this getting in the way at all. You can see how thin that is. So that does not get in the way or bump your page. So you get some book darts with your order. All right, let's start at the beginning. You get to pick your custom planner. You get to build your planner from the cover. I picked this navy blue and it feels beautiful. I think it is a linen cloth. And you guys, if you follow me, you know how much I love navy and gold together. So I could not resist this because all their planners say Golden Coil on the front there. And the back just has their little Golden Coil on the back. And that's the only thing on the back. It comes with these beautiful gold, but really matte gold coils. And I just have to start out by saying, I have never had O-ring coils that have functioned this beautifully. So the way that this book slides and opens and closes seamlessly, I have had in my hands a lot of O-ring planners, but this one beats them all in the way the O-ring functions. So let's start from the very beginning. You get to design your own nameplate page. So I put in Amanda's Favorites. The year 2019, I made this a calendar year planner. There's something about starting fresh in January. So I picked a calendar year, and darn it, it's going to be hard for me to wait until January to use this baby because it is just much more beautiful than I anticipated. Then I put just my email because you can put anything you want on here. And then I put like my favorite quote of the year, like my mantra right now. I have enough time for the things that matter. So I put that in there. You can put anything you want. Okay, so these pages you can add in or not. This is up to you. Let me first tell you, you get to build a planner up to 242 pages. It does not matter how few pages you put in or how many up to that amount. You're going to pay the same price of $65. So you get to build your custom planner up to 242 pages. I'm not sure how many pages mine came up to. I picked a weekly spread, a 2-page weekly spread, and then I added in some extra pages. If you pick a daily planner for them, the max you can go to is 6 months because they don't want you to have a huge bulky book and they want the coil to be able to function. Another thing I love though is based on the number of pages you choose to put in your planner or notebook, they also do notebooks, you guys, where you can add in all these different kind of custom pages and custom build a notebook for yourself. That is really an amazing option also. But no matter how many pages you put into your planner, well, it depends on the number of pages, they pick the right coil size for you. So you are going to get your coil size based on the number of pages you put in your planner. That is under their frequently asked questions page on their website. So go there because they actually have a picture showing you the coil size and corresponding to the number of pages you put in. And I just love that because that is thinking of every detail. So I love that. So check that out. Definitely go to their frequently asked questions page because they also answer a lot of other questions that you might have about it. And they also show you how you can upload your contacts if you want to. They have all that on the frequently asked questions page. So I didn't want to put addresses in here because of course I'm sharing it with you. But when I was like, I would add these pages because I wanted you guys to see them. And I put my sister's names, but I wasn't thinking and I put their last names. So duh, I whited out their last names, you guys, because I just wanted you to see the way that it prints someone's name. So if you pick a contacts page, it's like in this typing font. I am in love with every font they have used in here. The aesthetic of this planner is just beautiful. It is so clean. There are very few planners that have ever come that like I don't want to write in. I just start writing in planners, boom, right away. Like any of them, ERIN, CONDREN, Emily Lay. I love them and I love their paper, but I just start writing in them. I don't have a fear of writing in planners and messing anything up. You guys should know that if you follow me. But this planner, I almost didn't want to write in, but I did. But I almost didn't want to start writing in, and that is the feel and look of this planner. But do not be afraid to write in it. If you order it, you have to use it. So I put my sister's names just because I wanted you to see how it would type out. It would look beautiful if you wanted to type out names and addresses in here, and then they would be already loaded for like your next planners next year if you go through to load them on. So that's awesome. I don't know exactly how you do that. They have it on their frequently asked questions page. I didn't load any in, of course. But you can just print these pages blank also if you just want them to fill in. So that's another option. But I do love the way it already looks typed and filled out. I added a year at a glance. So one of the options they have is a whole bunch of different calendaring page options you can add in. So I added a year in the glance in this format. They have even another format of year at a glance, because I just always like to use these in my planners. And so I definitely knew I wanted to add that and also be able to show it to you guys. So that's one of their year at a glance options. I like how there is nothing noted in here. Like it's not just for special birthdays or anniversaries or anything. It's open to whatever you want to use these months for. It could be for goal planning. It could be for bills due. It could be for anything, special memories from each month, and they also have another layout of this. I added in a bucket list, and you can add these at the front or the back of your planner, so you even get to choose that, you guys. And then other pages, you can even choose if they go in between each month or in between each week. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, because I know that you guys, even if you're not in the market to buy this planner right away, are going to want to go on and just build a planner for fun, because that is fun. Here's my bucket list I added on. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it for bucket list items throughout the year or if I will use it for maybe books read, or who knows, because you could use it for that. But it's great for bucket list. I thought I might list just like the fun activities we do as a family, and by the end of the year we could just have it filled. So kind of not fill it out, not pre-plan the activities, but as they happen, plan them out and rate them. I thought that would be kind of fun to ask my kids to rate them. So in January, this is their monthly spread. So you will notice this planner does not come with tabs. So that is part of their very clean aesthetic, is no tabs. Of course, there are lots of options and companies you can buy tabs from to add on here. ERIN CONDREN, of course, has tabs. Like Chelsea Brown Design Sticker Shop. Many sticker shops, I'm sure, do have tabs if you wanted to add those on. I don't know. The way this book looks, though, is just so beautiful. I might be hesitant to add tabs on mine, but I can understand for functionality how tabs are very important. Okay, so here is your monthly layout. It is very clean. They do have a huge margin at the bottom and a huge header space at the top. So your boxes are a little bit smaller because of that. You do not have lines on your boxes, and you have a note section here that is lined though. So you have that big header at the top, And that is how your holidays are written right there. The New Year's Day, they're written at the top of the day in that very beautiful font and just the exact same black typeface that is on the rest of the page there. I already wrote in just 2 dates I knew for January are back to school from the holidays and one of my son's dentist appointments. Now you can see through here, I did a pen test. This is 80-pound paperweight and it feels amazing. It is not a bright white, stark white color. It is, to me, it's like a muted white. I wouldn't call it cream. So it's not bright, so it doesn't scream in your face. But it is an 80-pound paperweight, which equates to about 120 GSM, which is great paper. It's the same weight that ERIN CONDREN has on her paper, so if you like her paper. It has a tooth to it, like ERIN CONDREN does, but this is 80-pound Mohawk paper. And they say, I actually have really enjoyed writing on this paper. I like paper that has a tooth to it, and this paper just feels really good. It feels thick. It takes ink well because of that tooth, and I really enjoy this type of paper. But let me show you. Here's my pen test, and then let's look at this side. This is your weekly spread, and so, you can see a little bit of ghosting through, but that's what happens with 80-pound paper. So this is normal, but there is no major ghosting. I mean, I wouldn't even say there's major ghosting. You can see some of the pens, and it functions just how I would think this paper would. It is actually just beautiful paper. I am so impressed by it, and I have enjoyed writing on it. So I tried all the major pens, even in different colors. Paper Mate Flare, which usually shows through a lot brighter. So here are all the colors and everything to see through. I just want to give you guys a good look at that because everyone's always concerned with pen tests. Now, let's look at the weekly layout I chose. I do want to tell you guys, they have many 2-page weekly spreads. They have 1-page weekly spreads. They have daily spreads. There are so many layouts to choose from, but I would say not too many, because sometimes in a custom planner company, you are overwhelmed with too many. The process to design this is not overwhelming at all to me. It was easy. They take you through each step simply. You can skip steps you don't want to do. Like, let's say you don't want to have that address contacts page. You just skip that. You don't have to add in year at a glance. You don't have to add in bucket list. I picked this 2-page weekly spread because I love to be able to just see my major timed events and then to be able to see all my to-dos for the week. So I knew I liked this spread from She Plans. Had her quarterly notebooks this year that had this spread very similar. And so I knew I liked this spread. For this spread, it's a Monday start, as is their monthly layout. Monday start. So I didn't point that out to you guys. I can't believe I didn't point that out because that is a big deal on the monthly layout. So I'm sorry that I breezed over that. I'm really genuinely excited about this planner. So I actually did prepare for the review, you guys, but I feel like my brain is all over because there's so much I want to tell you about this. I feel like I'm not going to touch on every point I want to tell you. This is a Monday start, which is unusual. Everyone knows for a monthly spread. In the US, it is something that I need to note. It matches your week of a Monday start. So like Day Designer has a Monday start, Hobonichi, has a Monday start. Passion Planner has a choice of a Sunday or Monday start. So it is not the norm to have a Monday start. So I definitely want you guys to see that is a Monday start. So your weekend of Saturday and Sundays are grouped together. It's definitely something that my brain has to wrap around and get used to. I will probably not be using my monthly spreads in here though, because I will already have my monthly spreads mapped out in my monthly planner that I like to do that in. That's something to note. And then you have your week start here. I love the way that it is just no color, but it's not boring to me. It's clean and beautiful, and you can add in any color for any month that you want. So January, here you go. You have the 7th through the 13th, and here's your to-dos for the week. Notes, like a Post-it note fits there really well. If there's a Post-it note you want to move from week to week, more to-dos, an ideas box. And then I really love this, next week. So it's kind of like looking at major appointments or major things coming up next week right here ahead. I love that option, that while I'm just looking at this week, I can kind of be thinking in my mind what's coming up next week. And then I added the option of getting quotes in mine. You do not have to add the option. So every weekly page here has a quote. You do not have to add quotes at all. That's an add-on. You can also choose what type of quotes you want. Like, do you want productivity? Do you want motivational? Do you want spiritual quotes? You get to choose which type of quotes you want. So that is really an awesome option also, in my opinion. Okay, I want to make sure I made it through all the major points. So their cover measure 7.25 by 9.75. It's just a tiny bit bigger than your typical 7 by 9 planner. Like I said, you get 242 pages for $65, the same price, no matter how many pages you add. Oh, and I didn't even mention this, but I kind of breezed over it when I said I started mine in January. You can start this planner any month you want and end it any month you want. Of course, it has to fit in the 242 pages. Right now, their production time is 3 weeks, so you want to look at that. They tell you that at the top of their site, what it is at the time. You want to look at the production time and make sure you don't do your start date too soon, so you won't have wasted time in your planner. I talked about how you can add all these things on. They have all these lifestyle pages, health pages, project pages, standard pages, which are like lined, graph, grid paper, dot grid. You have meal plans, you have fitness trackers, you have all of these things that you can also choose to add pages for. It's beautiful. The feel of this planner is it feels amazing, you guys, in your hand. It feels like something luxurious. It really does. So let's look at some of the things I added on at the end here. So when we end here, like I said, this is a 2019 planner. I put a holiday gifting guide, 2 pages. So with everything you pick, you also get to choose the number of pages that you get of it. So I thought that this just might be helpful. I don't always organize myself this much. I know, shocking, right? With all the planners I have. But I am not always organized in keeping track of the gifts that I have bought and how much they were. I just thought it would be helpful to add in there. Plus, I wanted to show you guys some extras. Project planning pages. I will definitely use these for different things. When I say I want to clean out my closet, I want to make sure that my boys clean out their closets, that the sod gets planted in the spring, that the tree gets trimmed in the cold winter months when it's best for the tree. So I will definitely be listing like those type of projects. There's a couple different kind of project pages you can choose from. So if this layout doesn't work with your brain, they have several other, and I added a couple of these project pages. I added quite a few because I thought that would be really useful to me. And then I picked their graph grid paper, which is a little bit different than normal graph grid paper. You can see here it's lighter lines and they're kind of dotted lines. But this is their graph grid paper option. And you can see the coils up close here too while I'm up close. And I want to make sure to give you guys a look at just the beautiful page up close here, because it really is beautiful. Just the fonts chosen are just, I don't know. There's no other word for it. It seems calming to me. The planner seems to make me want to be calmer, and I often do not feel calm in my life. So I like that fact. And like I said, these coils function so seamlessly, you guys. I can't explain it to you. I've never had an O-ring planner where the coils have absolutely just this type of flow to them. It feels like there's oil on them or something, but there's not. But it just flows beautifully. This book, so mine's a year with all those extra pages added, and it does not feel heavy at all. It actually feels very lightweight and easy to carry around, like so manageable in my hands. I was surprised by that, because when you have thicker paper, sometimes the planner doesn't feel that way. So I added in several of those graph grid pages at the end. So you can pick however many you wanted to add. I did not go up to the max page count. I know that. I didn't want to bulk up my planner too much. but I'm pretty sure I did go over 200, and the max is 242. Then you get a pocket at the back here. So there's not a pocket on this side, which is kind of interesting and different, but there is a pocket on the back side. So you have one pocket on this really thick cardstock back here, and then your back page is just blank, and then that is the end of your golden coil. But the cover itself is a good sturdy cover, but does not feel like it adds heavy weight. It does not feel heavy or cumbersome. That's something else I like about it. And so it's just a really portable book, in my opinion, and really beautiful. In an office setting, this would flow seamlessly into an office setting. Of course, they have beautiful printed covers you can also choose from, but if you need something more muted and professional, then they have those options too. And this cover just feels amazing with the texture. I wish I could just sit down and like talk to you guys one-on-one about this, because I cannot express enough that if you are wanting to build a golden coil planner, and I know it is an expensive investment, I completely realize that, but if you have been wanting to and you have the money and you want to do it, you will not regret it. That's what I can say. The quality and what you get here is, it exceeds what you think it's going to be when looking at it online. It exceeded my expectations, and I believe it is worth the price, in my opinion. So for all the planners that I've seen, the fact that you can customize this, oh, I totally forgot to tell you guys about this. You can customize things like this. I put 2 lined pages in between each month. So after the monthly spread, I put 2 lined pages. You can choose to put a lot of different pages in between your months, or even in between every week, which will bulk up your planner a lot more, but you can have pages put in there. So after every month, this was an option. I had a 2-page spread of lined pages, because I thought, you know, like monthly lists or just in between notes, that I don't want to have my notes at the back of the planner. You can also put notes pages at the front of the planner, so you can choose where they go and make sense for you. I would love to hear from you down below if you have used golden coil before. If you have a golden coil, I would love to hear your thoughts on it and what you love about it. All right, guys, happy planning. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.